Well, hello my spirit soarers, and welcome back to Let's Play Detective Pikachu Returns. So we're getting information little by little on Tim's part to get some investigation intel, and Pikachu is getting his half of the intel on the inside of the holding cells, and Tim is working on getting information from outside and innocent bystanders of their Pokemon partners, and we try to interview them for if they've seen their Pokemon partners being uh, imitated by another Pokemon. Alright, so we got a photo from Pikachu about he has been in the Slowpoke Plaza, and some parts of his detail looks exactly a lot like him, but he has stripes and the one in the photo doesn't. So it is becoming the situation there's a ditto involved. Alright, so we're on to the next question. Finding out where the other Pikachu went. Were you able to track down the real culprit of the other Pikachu? No. We found some tracks, but they trailed off. I don't know where it went. Too bad. Sorry, I haven't been able to prove your innocence just yet. Hey, no need to apologize. I know you're trying your best. If you couldn't find it, you couldn't find it. What's important is what you do next. Yeah, and as for that trouble of yours, for that double of yours, I think there's a high chance that a different Pokemon was impersonating you. You think so? Now there's an intriguing theory. By the way, Pikachu, what kinds of Pokemon are helping you in there? There's a whole lot of them. But the most helpful one is Luxury. He's a bit rough around the edges, but he can see through objects and use powerful electric type moves. Alright. That vision thing sounds pretty handy, but if he knows strong electric type moves... let me stop you right there. I don't think Luxury is the culprit at all. If he were the PBB, wouldn't have had any cause to arrest me in the first place. Yeah, good point. Oh, that reminds me. Luxury asked me to pass on a message to you. Alright, what is it? He wants to know how his friend Mighty Ina is doing out there. The two of them got into a fight and Luxury is worried about what happened in the aftermath. He says Mighty Ina usually hangs around 2nd Avenue. Got it. I'll keep an eye out for Mighty Ina on the 2nd Avenue and let you know how it's doing. Thanks, Tim. So, any guesses about what Pokemon was pretending to be me? I have an idea, but I need to consider all the possibilities. Let's see. I've got all the information I need to figure this out. I should be able to figure this out if I just stop and think things over. Maybe I should do that now. Alright. Begin deducing. So which Pokemon committed the crimes Let's think it over. Ditto. A ditto, huh? Yeah, a ditto could have made itself look a lot like me. Ditto's partner said that Ditto can only copy things it can see. That probably explains why were no stripes on the Pikachu's back on the photo. But I've looked in every detainment cell and I didn't even see a Ditto in any of them cells. Huh, that's strange. If it was detained, it should be in a detainment cell. Guess I better search the other rooms in the station. We got it. If the PBB and the police have been using a Ditto, then they're definitely up to no good. So that's it. What is it, Tim? I saw Brad out at about several times while I was investigating. He seemed to be examining the scene of the crime, a crime which already had a culprit. That's kinda suspicious. I really don't want to suspect Brad, but I can't help but wonder what he was up to. Yeah, Brad may be a bit of a jerk, but still, we've known him for 2 years now. I don't like having to think of him as a suspect, but you need to look into what he's been up to, Tim. But, trust me, Tim, you're a detective, aren't you? You're not only trying to bring Brad down, you're only trying to uncover the truth. Yeah, you're right. And look into the cube-shaped devices too. I understand your function to pacify Pokemon, but that alone doesn't explain everything. You're right. The Pikachu in the photo damaged that Slowpoke statue. Copying you, the devices may have some other function as well. What was Brad doing at the scene of the crimes? Scenes of the crime. I wonder what Brad was doing at the crime scenes. Oh, I wonder what Brad was doing at the crime scenes. I suppose you could just ask him. Just talk to him. But if he was up to something shady, he might just give us the run around. In that case, maybe we should ask the other police officers. Agreed. You might want to ask people in the city what they think of him too. Yeah, Brad may want to solve cases, but he won't be direct with Tim. So, something else to ask around for people what they see in Brad could help us shed some light. So, about how cube-shaped devices work. Oh, jeez, that was Tim. I keep losing my memory here in the police station, so I really don't know much about them. Try asking people in the city about them. I'm sure there are people who seen those devices attached to Pokemon. Try hearing what they've got to say. Okay. Visiting time is over. I wish we had more time, Tim. Good luck with your investigation. But Pikachu... not this. Darn it. What is it, Pikachu? It's just like yesterday. The feeling when I'm about to lose my memories. I'm My body's moving on its own. Pikachu! No! It's no use, but I've talked to him all I can. Is Pikachu okay? He was walking kinda strange just now, I just saw from here. He was like that after our first visit too. I'm worried about him. Oh, poor Pikachu. Just hang in there a little bit longer, buddy. Oh. So there are two things we need to do. First, find bread. Second, look into what those cube-shaped devices actually do. Is Brad that man we saw in the plaza? You know him, right? I hope you don't end up squaring off against each other because of this case. Yeah, that'd be pretty scary. But we don't know for sure yet that'll even happen. Let's just concentrate on uncovering the truth, one after another. Let's take things one at a time. And one more thing. If we see Mighty Ina, we need to check and see how it's doing. Okay? A Mighty Ina? Yeah, Pikachu asked me to check on it. Apparently it's friends with the luxury and the station. Wow, you actually talked about that with Pikachu. It just sounded like Pika Pika to me. From where I stand. Yeah, that's normal. I'm pretty sure I'm the weird one here. Not weird, Tim. Exceptional. Thanks, Rachel. I'm glad I opened up to you. Detectives? Oh, sorry. I guess we shouldn't keep talking here. No, that's fine. Were you talking about Brad just now? Yes, there's something we'd like to ask him about. Well, if you're looking for Brad, he just headed out to 2nd Avenue on the new orders. Really? Thanks for letting us know. We'll go see him. Okay, we're headed to 2nd Avenue, right? Let's go hear what Brad has to say. Oh gosh, Delcatty is so bouncy and cute. Normally I don't go for cats, but these creature designs just makes everything so amazing about them. I wonder if I wonder what would happen if I was actually a cat person to actually have a sense to liking to them. Oh. I have Pokemon cards on this one. What was it called? Oh. Can I talk to you? Indeedy. Of course. God, I need to write it down. Indeedy. Indeedy. Of course. I think it's a psychic type. I think. Indeedy. Oh, and a Indeedy. Oh, these Pokemon can read the emotions of those around them. And they're really kind, too. Indeedy always tries to help out when someone's in trouble. You said you wish you could understand the hearts and minds of Pokemon too, right? Yeah, I hope someday I can be more like Indeedy. There you go. Hello, ma'am. Oh, hello there. Do you need something? Excuse me. I was just hoping to ask you some questions. You'll have to speak up, young man. My ears aren't what they used to be. No, no, no. Speak up. Did you need something? Okay. Gosh, it's been so long that I used that voice. I don't think there's any point in going this way. Okay, 2nd Avenue. Wait, 2nd Avenue is up here, right? This way? Yeah. I need to... I need to remember that. Oh, wait, huh? Oh, I thought I saw a Pokemon. We're looking for bread. I think I see... What? Oh, you two! You shouldn't go this way. It's dangerous. What? Did something happen? There's an angry Pokemon back there. We should probably leave it alone for a while. What do you think, Tim? It sounds like a police officer came this way. I think Brad must have gone this way. And so should we. Just keep an eye out for that angry Pokemon. Now then, we're going to have to detain this Pokemon properly. Whoa, it's Brad! And it sounds like he's just about to detain a Pokemon. That's Mighty Ina, alright. Oh, poor thing. It's a Mighty Ina. Wait, Tim, isn't that? Yeah, it's the Pokemon Pikachu asked me to check up on. Luxurie's friend. Well, well, if it isn't our great detective, you're welcome to observe, but don't get in our way or too close. This Mighty Ina is preventing the residents from passing through. Not only that, this same Mighty Ina was previously involved in an altercation with a Luxury. This Pokemon possesses a clear threat to the public. I'm afraid we'll have to detain it until we can calm it down. Wait, Brad! And you are, young lady? Wait. You're the mayor's daughter, aren't you? Yes, I am. I'm Howard's daughter, Rachel. Just look at this Mighty Ina, Brad. The poor thing's injured. Ina. Please, at least treat its wounds before you take it in. Don't you feel sorry for Mighty Ina? I'll make sure it receives treatment after I've taken it in to the station. Will that satisfy you? No, it won't. We'll treat Mighty Ina ourselves then. Who, you two? My. Who knew you were so talented? Tim, let's get help from a Pokemon. Are we even sure there's a Pokemon that can help? We'll go find one right now. I'm sure there's one in the city somewhere that can help Mighty Ina's wounds. Maybe we can find a Chansey or an Audino or an Indeedee or something. Okay, I agree. Let's have a look around the city for a healing Pokemon. We're looking for a healing Pokemon. I know where it is. Alright. So we're gonna go find an Indeedee. I sure hope we can borrow it, if we ask it nicely. I wonder if that old lady is... It's a Pokemon partner, right? Excuse me. Excuse me, madam. Are you Indeedee's partner? Yes, young man, but what in the world is this all about? A Pokemon is injured. Please, we need Indeedie's help. Can we borrow Indeedie? Is that so? Very well, we should always help one another in times of need. Go with them, Indeedie. You can help them out. Indeedie! Thank you so much. This way, Indeedie. Oh, so cute. If I sound a little pitchy, I'm so sorry. Oh. Oh, he's so better now. It appears that Mighty Ina has recovered nicely. Not fully, but it's at least stable for now. Now I trust this enough to put your mind at ease, Rachel. I appreciate you waiting for us to get it treated. Brad, there's something I'd like to ask you about before you take Mighty Ina away. And what's that, great detective? There's something off about all these Pokemon detainments the police have been doing. Every single incident was caught by the surveillance cameras. That's too convenient to be natural. Surely you've noticed, Brad. Innocent Pokemon are being framed. That's what happened to my Pikachu, and he can't be the only one. So you're suspicious of the surveillance cameras. But the footage on those cameras are incriminating evidence. Unless great detective like you found evidence that these Pokemon are being framed. Sadly, no. Not yet. In that case, I have no choice but to take this Mighty Ina into custody. To prove its innocence, it's my duty to detain it until then. Alright, officers, take it away. Yes, sir. Detainment of Mighty Ina now, sir. I'm just taking on the role, I suppose. Darn it, Tim. I hope Mighty Ina's okay. It'll be with Pikachu and the others at the station. I'm sure it'll be fine. It's got its friends in there. This is all just too frustrating. If only we had proof, we couldn't even stop Brad. If we just had a lot more proof, we have to find some. We need to find a crucial clue or something. Oh, thank goodness! I'm glad that Mighty Ina finally calmed down. Now we can finally get through here safely. Hey Tim, I bet we could talk to these people right now. Hey, you're right. Let's see what they have to say. Oh, thank you for calming that Mighty Ina just now. You really did us a favor. We can go home now. Pardon us a little longer. We actually didn't do much. Do you mind if we ask you some questions before you go home? Oh, and what did you need? About Brad. Do you know anything about Brad McMaster? He's the police lieutenant who was just here. Not really much, but he certainly was easy on the eyes. Oh yes, it gives Rhyme City's finest a whole new meaning. Yeah, okay. I don't think we're going to learn anything useful about Brad from these two. You got that right. Do you know anything about the cube-shaped devices that were on Pokemon? Have you seen anything like that on a Pokemon before? They're detained. You mean those things they stick on their backs? Oh yeah, the way they glow, they're pretty hard to miss. Okay. Glowing cubes on their backs, huh? Kinda reminds me of Volbeat or Illumise. Oh, and the Pokemon seem to really dislike those devices. Uh, could you elaborate? How can you tell? I saw a Pokemon struggling and flailing its limbs. I feel like we've talked to her once before. What should we do now, Tim? I doubt we'll be able to speak with Brad directly anymore today. Let's talk to some other people. Lucky for us, there still seems to be a bunch of people out and about. I hope we can learn a thing or two about Brad and those cube-shaped devices. Alright, Tim, let's ask around. Hold on, let me get water. Excuse me. I was getting a little dry throat there. What'll I do? Excuse me, do you need help with something? Afraid so. See that building back there? One of my kids accidentally threw a ball up onto the roof. But I can't get up there to retrieve it, so I'm not sure what to do. No kidding, that's a tall building. I can't even see that high up from here. Scaling the wall is pretty much out of the question. If you happen to be a ninja, of course. Yep, and the icing on the cake? I foolishly promised my kids I'd have their ball back to them by tomorrow. There's gotta be some way to get to it. Any ideas? Actually, I think this calls for some Pokemon help. Alright, then let's go look for a Pokemon that's good at climbing up buildings. We'll see what we can do. Please wait here for a little bit longer. Really? Thank you so much. I'll be waiting right here. Alright. Okay. Another Pokemon assistance. Wait. Oh. Glameow? Seems like I can't talk to it. Let's see here. I don't know what to do. Is everything okay? Well, I live on a back street just off of Fountain Plaza. You see, I always walk through the plaza on my way home. But now whenever I'm walking through the plaza, I keep hearing this strange voice. A strange voice? Yes, but when I turn around to see who's making it, there's never a soul in sight. Huh. Do you think it happens to be a ghost or something? Of course not. I'm sure there's a logical explanation for this. I hope so. But until I know what that voice is, the plaza is just too creepy for me to go anywhere near. The case of the Rhyme City Ghost. Doesn't it make you curious, Tim? It sure does. Let's investigate for it. Thanks for your help. All I want to do is feel safe enough to walk through the plaza again. Ooh, who's this mysterious ghost? A Gengar? Looking for a ghost and a Pokemon to get the ball back. Okay. Ghost. Pokemon to get the ball back. Okay. Hello, sir. Thanks for your help earlier. Mind if I ask some more questions? Are you here to ask about my impidimp again? Actually, this is the time it's about something else. After we talked. Did anything strange happen today after we talked? No, that was it, and impidimp still hasn't come back. I wonder what the poor little guy's doing in the police station right now. I'm worried about him. Oh, don't worry, sir. Me too. You could be lonely in there. I'm more worried that he's getting up into his usual pranks and causing trouble for the police. I don't want them to be overwhelmed by his pranks. He's always got much excess energy to burn. I can only hope he behaves himself and gets let out soon. Just hang in there a little bit longer, sir. Can you tell me about Brad? Do you know a man named Brad McMaster who works for the Rhyme City Police? He's tall and typically wears a blue suit and is traveled by Minetric. Oh, he just came by to see me earlier. He asked me to tell him about Impidimp. So you told him about your Pokemon partner and everything? Yes, so I told him, well, everything about what he does. How much Impidimp loves playing pranks, his fondness over shiny things, stuff like that. That's all he does. The lieutenant was a really good listener. He took it all very seriously. But I never figured out exactly why he was asking me all that. I see. Thanks again for your help. So Brad was asking about an Impidimp who'd already been detained. Just what is Brad up to? Maybe he's trying to get Pokemon's personality traits. I think. Because there is a possibility that Pokemon personality traits is different from Ditto's. That is a pretty strict distant traits from the original. You know what they say, it can't be the original ones. A copycat is just a copycat, but it doesn't have their personality traits. Ditto's are very tricky. Machamp's partner. Just look at my Machamp. Aren't his muscles a sight to behold? I could work out with him every day. Impressive bodybuilder he is. He certainly looks extremely strong. Can you give me a workout anytime? Absolutely, sir. $5 an hour. $5 an hour? You're insane. Yeah. Why does anybody have to trick me into giving them $5 to do a training? If danger rears its head, you can trust the Rhyme City Police to protect and serve. Excuse me, I was hoping to ask you about something. Did anything unusual happen in the city today? Well, there were a number of incidents. Would you like me to tell you about each and every one? Listen, them all could take a while. I don't need that much detail. I'm just looking for more general information. Sorry to trouble you. It sounds like your department is really busy. Oh, it's no trouble at all. Anything to protect the peace of our fine city. About Brad? Happen to know a Lieutenant McMaster? Yes, of course. The lieutenant's really been throwing himself into his work lately. The one weird thing I've noticed, though, is that recently he's been going out and working on his own. And at the scenes of a crime that have already been solved at that. Why would he be doing that? I guess I really couldn't tell you. Is it true that you could use cube-shaped devices when you're detaining Pokemon? You must mean the management tags? What makes a management tag different from any other tags? I'm really not sure. I think they're really high-tech or something. I mean, they're machines after all. They've probably got some computers inside or something. Do you know anything specific about their function? Well, I'm ashamed to say, but not really. I think the higher-ups in the PBB know how they work, though. Thank you for your time. Good evening. May I ask some questions? Is something the matter? About the situation in the city? Do you know anything? What do you mean by unusual? I mean, we respond to incidents every day. With so many Pokemon related incidents lately, it feels like things are anything but usual. Sounds like a lot to deal with. It may be a lot, but it's my job. All I can do is keep doing my best. Do you happen to know Lieutenant McMaster? Of course I do. We work together on a regular basis. He excels at performing his duty. His investigations are so thorough and efficient that Pokemon are detained almost as fast as the case itself is opened. In fact, Lieutenant McMaster has the highest crime clearance rate in the entire department. Okay. Wow, I didn't realize Brad was so highly regarded. Is it true that you use cube-shaped devices when you're detaining Pokemon? Oh yeah, those things. We've got orders from the PBB to attach them to the Pokemon while being detained. How do those devices function? Who knows? They never really gave us any detail. We just get the Pokemon detained and put those cubes on their backs. That's all. Okay. Let's see here. So any more people we can talk to? Anybody over here? La 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 la. Okay, they're gonna say the same thing. Excuse me, madam. Thanks for your help earlier. Do you mind if I ask some more questions? About my Inteleon? No, this is about something else. After we talked. Did anything strange happen today after we talked? Inteleon hasn't come back yet, has he? No, he hasn't. I think he's still at the police station. The shop sure is lonely without Inteleon. It's hard to tell for sure, but I think even the flowers are drooping a bit. Inteleon always took such good care of them. I really hope he can come home soon. Do you know a man named Brad McMaster, who works for the Rhyme City Police. He's tall and typically wears a blue suit and travels around with a electric.
Oh yes, I saw him. The lieutenant just left, in fact.
Really? Do you know what he was doing here?
The same thing as you, actually. Investigating the flower display Inteleon was accused of vandalizing.
Okay.
I couldn't make out what, but he was muttering to himself the whole time. Just like at Fountain Plaza. Brad sure spends a lot of time returning to the scene of the crime.
But why is he investigating these crime scenes after the Pokemon have already been detained? It really makes me wonder.
Something fishy is going on.
Thanks for your help earlier. Do you mind if I ask some questions? About my Morpeko? I've already told you everything I know. No, this is about something else. After we talked. Did anything strange happen today after we talked? Not really. I was so shocked after they took Morpeko from me that I couldn't find the motivation to do anything else with my day.
Did you try going to the police station? You might be able to visit Morpeko there.
Oh, that thought never even occurred to me. I'll try visiting tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Aw. He never got to see his Morpeko after they detained it.
Do you know a man named Brad McMaster who works for the Rhyme City Police? He's tall and typically wears a blue suit, travels around with an electric. Yeah, I just met him. He came to ask me some questions. Oh, really? What about? The lieutenant asked me for details on Morpeko's ability.
Okay.
So I explained how Morpeko's appearance and the typing of his aura wheel moves and changes depending on whether he's hungry or full.
Maybe Brad came to the same conclusion we did, Tim. It doesn't make sense for Morpeko's aura wheel to have an electric type if he was hungry when he used it.
If that's true, then what exactly is Brad trying to do?
Okay. Let's see here. Ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba.
What was Brad doing at the crime scenes? I've collected a good amount of information about Brad. Now it's time to organize it and think this through. He's conducting his own investigation. He might be investigating the incidents on his own. He's hiding evidence of the crimes. He was casing locations for future crimes. No, I think he's trying to do his own investigation.
There we go.
If Brad were the one given orders to Ditto, there'd be no reason for him to go around asking questions after detaining the Pokemon.
So you think Brad's just investigating the incidents like we are?
Yeah, I know I do.
Alright. What is the truth behind the cube-shaped devices? I don't think I got any information about that. Let's Let's see here. Can I talk to those Drifloons? Oh, Apom! Apple! I see the Apom of Rhyme City are the energetic as ever.
Say, these Pokemon are good at climbing trees, aren't they? You think one of them could retrieve that guy's ball?
Oh, that's a good idea. Apple!
Hey, Pom, I was wondering if you could help us.
Do you think you could get a ball down from up on top of a rooftop? Apple?
Please, Pom. You're the only one who can help.
Apple!
Oh, looks like it. There he goes. I think we managed to get our feelings across.
I hope it manages to get that ball down. Let's go see. Hey, you got it.
Oh, you're the two from earlier. Guess what? After you left, an Apom appeared and it got the ball for me. So it helped you after all. Glad to hear it. I figured you sent it over. It was such a huge help. My kids will be so happy now. Though I'd better give them a stern talking to about taking care of their things. Aw, don't go too hard on them. The kids will be kids.
Looks like Apom wants to play with the ball too. Apple!
Oh, do you want to play with my kids? They'd be so happy to have an Apom for a friend.
Apple!
Looks like you're happy to make a new friends too, Apom.
Alright.
We got the ball back, and now we just need to find out a mysterious Pokemon cry, or a voice near the Fountain Plaza. Find the source of the sound.
It's a pumpkaboo. Okay, so go to the Fountain Plaza and find the source of the sound.
I sure hope I can find it before my camera battery dies. I'm trying to listen to it. This is where that woman said she heard a strange voice. Oh no. Wow, I really do hear something.
Isn't that a Pokemon cry?
Is it?
Yeah, I can't quite tell what species it is, but it's gotta be a Pokemon.
Wherever it's coming from, it can't be that far. Let's take a look around.
Oh, it's a Tailo. Oh, Lolo.
Like Tailo. I get it. I thought it was a ghost or something I was expecting.
Lolo.
Who's that Pokemon?
It's a Tailo. So that's what it was crying out. No, no, no.
Boy, it's loud. Why do you suppose it's making so much noise?
I have a feeling this Tailo only recently left its nest. Apparently, young Tailo often become lonely and start loud crying out for their parents.
Oh gosh, now I'm kind of worried for it.
Don't worry about it, I'm sure it'll be fine. Talos are also known for being gutsy.
Keep your spirits up, Tailo.
No?
Well then, let's go and report what we found. I sure hope we found the source.
Oh, Detective! How did the investigation go?
Turns out the voice you heard was a Talos.
I think it was crying out because it only just left its nest. It's so lonely. Oh, what a relief. Now I know there's nothing to worry about when I pass by. Oh, but if it's not too much trouble, would you mind introducing yourself to Taylor? I'm sure if there's someone to check in on it, it'll feel safer too. Oh, good idea. I actually just arrived in Rhyme City myself. I'll say hello to the little Taylor whenever I'm on my way home. I hope we can be friends.
Thanks. I bet you two will become friends in no time.
Alright. Alright, we investigated everything we can, and we need to interview people about Brad and the cube-shaped devices on a part 2 of it, so we're gonna do that in the next segment, so blessed be, show some support. I love you guys. Bye, and good night.